Good morning, guys. Wednesday morning, I am here to do my hashtag accordion collaboration. This is take 2 because I could not get that out of my mouth right. This is hosted by Amy of the Crafty Cat. Everybody posted their first one this week. I jumped the gun last week and I thought Mitzie had posted. I thought Crafty Cats came up. Sorry for the throat clearing. Is everybody else having this thing? I think it's from dust or something. I posted how I made this, and now I'm here to decorate it. So it's hashtag accordion collaboration, hosted by Amy at the Crafty Cat 7212 here on YouTube, Instagram Crafty Cat 72, and on Etsy she has all her beautiful things for sale. Crafty Cat USA, and USA is in capital letters. She is a delightful, very dear friend. And Carol Laws is doing it. She's from the UK. She's got a beautiful accent. I'm obsessed with accents. We have Nancy Piter. She is from Indiana, and she does beautiful work. She tells stories. Carol Laws has stories with her journals. And then we have Mitzie, who is probably my sister. She's as goofy and crazy as me. I love her. And she's from the good old state of Wyoming. And there's probably other gals doing it. These are the only ones I know that are doing it on video. So if you're joining in and you're in the comments, just tell us what you're doing, as you go along. So we've got this. We all showed how to make this. Then they all made folders, which I didn't know they were doing until I saw Crafty Cat with hers. Then I saw Mitzie had one. I'm like, oh. So I made mine, but I did it different because mine's going to get fat and it's not going to fit in. So what I did was, hold on, I'm going to grab a folder. If I can get it out from under the stack. This is what you call not being prepared. Okay. I took a folder, and where it has the perforations, I gave it gussets. Like, I don't want to waste the time doing this, but I gave it the natural gusset that it's already got when we buy them, the folders. Any folder, I'm just using green. Because Mitzie used green, I'm like, oh, Mitzie used green, I'm going to use green. No, actually, it's because I've probably got... I don't even know how many. It's ridiculous. The trick is getting them folded on the gusset, on the perforations or whatever you want to call it. So you get the idea. I folded it with these and gave it the gusset. And then I got rid of these. I figured out how wide I wanted it to be. This one isn't cooperating, and I don't really want to spend my time doing this. It's all about the journal. So there, see, you've got the built-in things. I think I've missed one of the lines. See, it's really tricky. You got to pay attention to what you're doing. And they're not a very good attention player. See how, look at that, wah, wah. So there we go. They're still not. So then I made a second one. With this, I measured it out and I gave it some more. I did it on my scoreboard and I just guessed at about 3/4 of an inch on each, just like this and like this. And then I cut this off, and then you end up with this. So there's the original, and then there's the one I made, and there's this. And I'm going to leave this because I think I'm going to fold it back. I think it's kind of cute. So then you cut everything away except the center, and that is where you're going to fold up. This is all the farther I've gotten on this. And I don't think I'm going to put a flap. I think I'm going to just leave it like this and pull it out because I want to have tabs and stuff on the top of my... So let's just go ahead and glue it. We will just glue this baby. So how's everybody? Did you have a good start of your week. What is it? It's Wednesday. I cleaned a house Monday. And what did I do after that? Tuesday, yesterday, I babysat my grandson. He was running a fever in the night, and they asked if I was home. I said I was, and I said, I typed, can he come here? Because when I go to their house, I clean. Their house isn't dirty, by the way. It's my nature. Cleaning is my love language, we've decided, because every time I go to somebody, I can't do it at my daughter's because she gets offended. And I don't do it to hurt her feelings. I just like to clean. I like to pick up for people. They're all working. My kids all work. The daughter-in-laws, and they work, hard jobs, long days. And I just like to do things for them. When I go over to my son's, my oldest son, my daughter-in-law works. Sometimes she doesn't come till after 5, and she leaves at 7:30. Sometimes even later, not very often. She paints and cleans, and I just, if I run over to get a grandchild or something, or I stop by, I'll do their dishes, I'll empty their garbage, take it outside and put it in the big can, or I just do stuff. And I don't do it to be mean. I just do it because I think, how nice would it be to come home, when you have little, oh, that just fell right in my coffee. To come home and have your kitchen all wiped down, because, she's feeding 3 kids breakfast and getting them off to school, and she's getting to her job. And then, so anyway, I like to go to my son's out in the country because we go outside and see the goats and the chickens and all that. But if he's here, I can, when he takes his nap, I can work on my eBay or something. So he came here and spent the day with me. We went to the park. He just had a fever. Anyway, he played okay and everything. We went to the park. We went to the Dollar General and bought a motorcycle that makes noises. And then it was buy one, get one, 75% off. And he said, I want the green one. And I said, well, I think we need them both. We got a green one and a blue one. $12 later. It was fun. So, but he took a 2.5 hour nap, and I was able to pay attention to my eBay. So this is going to be my little folder with gussets. So hopefully whatever it is going to fit in there. What I'm going to do different that they did is they tore theirs ahead of time. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cover mine and then tear. So let's just do that. What I'm using is, these are some plain pages I've got. I'm using Crafty Cat's Christmas kit, and I think it's called Rustic Christmas. I thought I got 3. Oh, I didn't cut these out. Well, we'll be cutting these out later. I only printed 1 page of pockets. I can always print more, but I thought 4 pockets might be enough for this. And I've got all of the kit, Rustic Christmas. Isn't it gorgeous? I did not print out the little Santas. She had a page of Santas and, I don't know, all kinds of little things. I didn't print that yet. But I got a new printer, so I can just hop in there and do it, a new laser jet, which is what I love. Because I can throw these in coffee and they will not run. So in the meantime, I'm just going to cover. So what do I want on the front? I think I'm going to do the front. I don't know. Let's just do it. Oh my God, that fits. How weird is that? So let's just start covering and have a chat. So tell me about your weekend. What'd you do? What did I do? My son was here with Caleb. We went to a birthday party. And if you have any friends that are Hispanic or Mexican, I don't know about other Hispanic countries, but I'm going to tell you, my daughter-in-law is from Mexico, and her friends, and consequently my friends, and well, she's got 2 girlfriends that live here that they all work together, and they are hilarious and hard workers, and I love them, and they've all been here forever and ever and ever. They speak immaculate English. And my daughter-in-law's been here since she was, I think, 19, and she's 30. This is where I get it wrong. I think she's 30. So I want to do this one. She's 36. Anyway, all the cousins were there from Omaha. One of them's a doctor, and I don't know what all they do, but it starts out okay. It starts out nice and calm, and there's all this food, just so much food. and hot things that I can't eat. Oh, it's not bad. The one aunt told me, try it. It's not bad. It was some kind of vegetables. Well, it was broccoli and carrots. They were raw. And what else was in there? Probably freaking pepper juice. And I said, oh, no, I can't eat hot stuff. And she goes, it's not bad. Try it. So I took some. When we sat down at the table, my son goes, you might not want to do that. Try that. So I didn't because I spend the rest of the night going, making the, like I can't breathe noises. Pathetic. I can't even eat my son's chili. I have to have 100% Americanized chili. I like a little bit of chili powder, but man, they got the jalapenos cut up in there. But anyway, the food was delicious. They had a big, like a banquet thing, full of, they had barbecued pork, and they had another one full of pork ribs. And then they had another one that was all chicken cordon bleu. She lives in town, so there was no burying the pig in the yard. I've been to quinceaneras where they've done that, cooked the pig all day long, roasted, rolled them, whatever you call it. It's so fun. And they had the music going, of course, and it's just so fun there. So I'm going to tell you, there's so much love in those families, so much love. It is, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go do it the easy way. I'm going to put the glue down, and then I'm going to put the paper on it. But there's tons of families showed up. Just tons of them. And the little kids, they had the cowboy hats on. The one little boy had on the most fancy cowboy shirt I've ever seen. It had all this embroidery across the yoke in the back. It's not called a yoke. It's called I don't know what it's called. Across the back of the shoulders at the top of the shirt. And it had a bucking horse on it, embroidered on. It was absolutely beautiful, maroon color, and he had on this cutest little hat. And of course, my son wears a cowboy hat now, and he speaks Spanish enough to get by. He studied it when he met her, and that would be 17 years ago. 17 years ago he met her. Wow. But anyway, trim this off a hair. So it was fun, and we were going to leave. Oh, they pulled out these colored wigs, and her and my daughter-in-law, and they kept getting up there and taking pictures with the wigs, all different colored bright wigs. And I'm like, oh, this is so hilarious. And I really like this. And then everybody got up there with Anna, as her name, and Anna made her own cake. She's a cake decorator too. Oh my God, her cakes she did my birthday cake. It was absolutely amazing. Her cake at her birthday party was so beautiful. It was 2 layers, and then it had a layer of a round clear plastic, and it had fresh flowers in there, and then another 2 layer. And I really want this piece right here. And it was gorgeous. And she had a backdrop with, oh my God, lights in it, and curtain with lights behind them. And they went all out. The tables were round. She rented the community building. It's only about 5 years old. And she had round tablecloths, all different colors, very colorful. And then down the middle of each table, she had the, the Mexican blanket pattern table runners down every table. It was just amazing party. And she must have been turning 40. I didn't ask, of course, but it had to be like my son's friend Caleb. He goes, this must have been a big one, like a big number, like a landmark one, like when you hit the teens. So I don't know. She's so sweet. I absolutely adore her. She came to my party and brought my cake, and it was just gorgeous. But anyway, out comes the tequila. Caleb, my son's friend, he goes, uh-oh, they're getting the tequila out. And then I said, well, I'll have a margarita. And Anna comes over. You want to do a shot of tequila? No, I don't. That's the devil's juice. Don't do that. No way. No way. I should have inked first. That's what the other gals did. I should know better by now. But I think I'm using, they were talking about what they're using. Mine says vintage paper, but I know for a fact that I have vintage paper in it. I re-inked it. I thought I bought espresso. I do have an espresso over there, which I love. Mitzie was talking about liking walnut. I've never tried walnut. I bet it's beautiful, though. Nothing is cut good here. It's all wonky, but I'm tearing anyway, right? So we're not going to worry because I am going to tear. So we had that party, and we stayed for the cake. The first layer, it was 2 layers up on top, and it had raspberry filling, like maybe jam or preserves, and it had alcohol in it. So I don't know how she made it, but you know, alcohol burns off. And then, but she did say this one has alcohol. So, and then then it had the layer with the clear section with the fresh flowers inside, and they were like zinnias. They look like colorful zinnias. Nothing's more beautiful than a zinnia. And then the next 2 layers had some kind of a cream filling. Usually her cakes have fresh strawberries and cream in between the layers. Or one of my grandsons wanted peaches. So she had peaches, and she cuts up the peaches. She doesn't use canned. And then she does some type of a cream, like a whipped cream, or I don't know, she makes it from scratch. Her salads, she uses like Jell-O molds, and she must put a row of Jell-O in and then lines the fruits or whatever up, and then she lets it set, and then she pours another layer in, so when you cut it, it's just, I don't know how she does it. She does some catering. And her salads are beautiful. But anytime we have a family thing, she comes and she always brings like a roaster pan full of something. She cooks really good, this is going to sound funny, really good Chinese. She's just a good cook. Anyway, enough about that. We went to that party. The boys got her some kind of a flower thing off Amazon. It was beautiful. I said, she's single. So I said, oh, she's going to love that. You know, she doesn't have... If you don't have a husband to bring you flowers, you always have to buy your own. But anyway, that's something to think about if you have single friends. Send them some flowers once in a while, or just stop by and give them some for their table. I love flowers. I absolutely adore them. And I have tons of them outside, but I don't cut them. I don't know why. I don't know if I think, oh, when somebody drives by, they're not going to see my flowers. I cut them off. One thing I do want to grow more of is zinnias. I love them. Love them. Zinnies, my grandma called them. So, I don't even know what time it is. But I was going to watch my grandson today, and I got a text that my daughter-in-law is just going to stay home. Today was her last day. She starting a new job tomorrow. I don't know if she's starting tomorrow or next week, but today's her last day. She's been with the company she's with, and my 2 of my sons work for the same company. One's been there 15 years. Her husband, my other son, he's been there 15 years this year. One was 15 years in the spring, then the other son started, so he just hit his 15 this fall. And my daughter-in-law's been there since she got out of college. She's a veterinarian. She has been there probably 7 years. I don't know. But she took a job with the state of Iowa. She's going to be not inspecting. She's going to be watching and inspecting, I guess. But she's going to be watching when I don't really know. Something to do with when people butcher, the butchering is for a restaurant. It has to be fully inspected and watched, the whole entire process. Which is interesting. I didn't know that. You know, like, I suppose if they do it the right way, they get their meat. Or like if you raise beef and you sell it specifically to a grocery store chain with your label on it, like there's a lot of those around here. And it has to be, so we've got, Anyway, it has to be inspected while it's butchered, and that's what she's going to do. So I probably got that a little bit wrong, but it's kind of like that. So we've got paper, that. Let's put paper here. This is lines. This is how I'm going to do it. And you know what? It's not going to matter because I'm going to tear the top off. I got to remind myself of that. Where it matters is on the folds. So I have nothing to do today. I have a big listing to go up on eBay. It's 12 plates. They're Asian. They're Chinese. And they're boxed. I saw them when I went thrifting. I saw them sitting there, a stack of boxes. And I kind of Google lensed them to see what they were. And I'm like, oh my God. And there was no price. So I said to her, what do you want for the Chinese plates? I spilled coffee already today. It's over here dripping. And she said, would you give me $10? Because she's tearing down that building. I need to take a sip. And I said, yeah, I'll give you 10. And I have 3 sets of 4 listed for $65 a piece. They're going anywhere from $2.20 to $3 something. This is a little too long. So I'm gonna sell them in 3 separate lots. I broke it up, but it took quite a while to get all the pictures, of all the, I took, 1 through 4. I did them in sets of 2. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. And then I did the backs, and then I did the boxes, and then I did a close-up of each. So I had to do that with 1 and 2, and then I did it with 3 and 4. And that's one listing. And you have to write all the information down that you have to research. Who the artist was. All that. I'm just remembering, I don't think I put what year they were. Let's put a print over here. We do a Christmas. I'm so excited for Christmas this year. I don't know why. I've got a lot of it done. I have bought a lot of Christmas already. I have the boys. I call them the boys, but it's August and Caleb. I have them done. I can't say what all I got them because I think occasionally they watch. My son probably doesn't, but I know Caleb does occasionally watch my videos. Maybe they both do. I don't know. They ought to be playing me in the background to give me my watch time. And then I have my daughter's 2 kids done. And that was a deal. I've had some good deals with them. Yesterday was my Lisa's birthday. And I can't wait. I can't find one of her presents. I don't know where it's at. I cannot find it. I was on the floor under my bed. I was sweating. My hair was long. Weston was sleeping on my bed, so I had to be quiet. And then when he left, I pulled out. I have tubs of dishes under my bed. Oh, imagine that. What do you have under your bed? An occasional lost sock. Yesterday's bra. No, I have china. Oh, no men. Nothing exciting. Just china. Let's turn it. I want to put the straight edge on the inside. So, I'd love to tell you what I ordered her, but I don't think she'll watch. She's coming today, maybe tomorrow. If I knew she was coming today, I would tell. Should I tell? No, I better not. So we got plain and pattern. I kind of like the idea of, here, I got an envelope out too. I thought about doing this. So if we cut this in half, I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. Oh, why did I do that? I just wanted to, okay, never mind. I'm gonna take off. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm just playing here. Let's see if we guessed it. A little too big. So I don't know if she's coming or not. Her tomatoes and her peppers need picked, but I did pick her peppers last week and threw them in her freezer hole because I told her, I said, I'm picking your peppers. The bugs are bad. Your tomatoes are getting, she says, I'm not worried about the tomatoes. So I think I'm going to glue this down on the edges. And I'm going to leave the top in case I decide to make it a tuck underneath. And here's my hinge. Let's just put this on and see how it turns out. Should we do that? Should we, I think I'm going to cut this off and not have the flap. You know what? It's not going to matter that I got it even anyway because I'm going to tear it. So I think I'll go ahead and I'll see if I can get a thumb notch on this real quick. No, I'm not going to. You know why? Because I'm going to tear it from the top and it's not going to line up anyway. I'm likely to be tearing that off, if that makes sense. Okay, there's that page. Now let's put a pattern here. Should we go to one of the blues? Ooh, that's cute. Let's do that. Kind of she's done the collage for us. Pretty papers, Amy. Rustic Christmas. And I don't remember the names of the other kits, but before I post this, I will get that and put it, obviously, in the description box. But I know there were 3 kits. If I'm not mistaken, I think she's still working on one. Amy, is that true? Write it in the thing. That is a question for my girl, Amy. I thought she said she was working on one, and I'm not going to divulge what she said. I'm just going to get this side covered, and then I'm going to upload it so that it's up there for this morning. And then, I got 2 more left. And then, I need something interesting. Let's just do plain. And I just find this so much more easy, more simpler than putting it on and cutting it on, you know, measuring and cutting. Just do my measuring freestyle. We're freestyling it. That way, if you've got some plain pages, your cool ads, or she's got some cool ads, I'll pop those up here and show you. That was a different kit. I don't know what it was called. It's one of the Christmas ones I printed. Whoa! Let's just go sliding into tomorrow. Whee! Oh, I got some stuff from my Margaret when I cleaned last Thursday. Oh my gosh. Some trims. She had some stuff set aside for me. Where's that belt? You guys, you're not going to believe it. I'm going to use it on my boho journal. I'm going to do 2 plain ones here. It's a belt, one of those belts that you lace it up in the front. It's elastic. You actually don't lace it. You actually just put it down over your head or step into it, I suppose. Well, that was dumb. What was I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I did that wrong. And I'm going to put it on the front of my boho journal. Or the back. I don't know. Maybe it'll be part of the thing. I've tried to do other purse journals, and never finished them. I was seeing one of my videos the other day, and it was the purse that had the face on it with the earrings dangling. And I bought it to do a kit of Joey's. Sorry for the throat clear. It's got to be allergies. And I never finished. It didn't fit. The journal didn't fit in is what it was. I need to get that out. I think it was his groovy kit I was going to use it for. And that journal is up there. It got so fat. I had a blast with that kit. If you don't know that kit, excuse me for that again, go to Joey Cardmaker on Etsy and look up his groovy kit. It's all the 60s. It's all the colors of the 60s, you know. You remember the avocado greens and the golds and the oranges. It's all those colors. It's everything that would be coming out of London. You know, the Twiggy the model, the makeup, the big eyelashes, the skinny models, the big-legged jeans, everything, all the things from when I grew up. Oh, it's an amazing kit, and I had so much fun with it. And I just happened to have some old teen magazines. So I just took it and ran with it. Okay, guys, I'm going to quit with this. We've got one side done. Got a good start. Popped an envelope on there. That's cute. I'll show you her. Here's this. I'm not going to try to put it in. This is done. Yes, I am. Let's try. And then we're going to be done. We're going to be done. There. So see, I've got the gussets, so that'll work. Here are her. This is one of her other kits. I will put the name in the description. But it's ads. This, I didn't print this one right. You know, you're supposed to choose portrait, landscape, and I had my grandson sitting with me talking. He installed my new printer, and I was just having a blast, and I wasn't paying attention. But this is just a few of them. Hopefully I'm under the camera. It's just tons of little ads, or old like covers of magazines, or music books, things like that. So yeah, that is fun. All right, guys, those will be going in on some of these blank pages or the others, and then I need to cut the pockets out. But I think I got a good start. This is actually my second one. The first one was when I made the folio. And now we've got this. And you guys, have a good day. I'm going to still use these. Nothing goes to waste, does it? Have a good day. Happy hump day. Take care, guys. Love you all. Bye-bye.